what you were saying about your favourite events being those free Sunday ones. See Dublin, that really brought the fun back to events. I feel like this last year, where Premier obviously Don't Flop's taking a hiatus, so the only thing that was really going, because I stopped Code Red, and then it's only Premier Battles, and a lot of as good as their events were, a lot of their events were built on it's all very serious. It was all like shotty tail, like epic trailers and everything like that. When you got to the event, everyone was like, "Oh, I'm here. This is Apex. This is All Star." It was the fun. The fun was there, but it was all very like, and I think that's something that's lacking in battle rap. So when I went to Dublin, it was just like the artwork, regardless of your opinion in the artwork, it's fun and it brought the fun back. Everyone had a good time. Whereas sometimes I think this year or the last year, a lot of the events, everyone was trying to keep up like a front, or well, not a front, but like keep up impressions and stuff. Like, yo, for example, I'm Bobby Rex, this is my league, or I'm Raptor, or I'm, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like the fun sort of got replaced by like trying to make the event as epic as possible. Well,
at the end of the day,
that's why I miss them free events.
That's where most of the revenue is going to come from now, is people actually attending the events.
Yeah.
Like things like people blowing and getting massive views and getting revenue through that way, which the serious guys are looking for. If you go for more fun events where people can come and have a drink and whatever, you're going to have more people through the door.
Exactly.
And that's the closest thing to a sustainable model.
You said that, didn't you, on was it Trial by Combat 1, the thing that I hosted at that random pub in Tooting? You're like you're the top comment on the video, and you just said something like, I'd pick this any day over a room full of nerds, something. Yeah, and you're like the top rated comment, because it's kind of like the video got, even though it's all just tryouts, the video got surprisingly good feedback, which is funny. Like tryouts, like you're saying, trying to get back to that fun vibe. Yeah. It's funny, tryouts is such a funny but polarizing thing, because on the one hand, everyone is always like, even though for some reason I always think about Dialect, I always think, even though someone like Dialect, I was at the event he tried out. He was a tryout once, and nobody in the fucking room knew him apart from his friends, and then everyone, he's become a staple. For some reason, he's the guy I always think of. But it's funny that even though you have to, if you really sat the fans down and said to them, well, how are we going to get new talent? They'd all understand you have to do tryouts. But the concept, for some reason, just that word tryout, I think it has negative connotations. But again, it's so hard. We've always said battle rap fans are so hard to understand, because like I said, on one hand, they're like, oh, well, okay, well, no, tryout, they're all going to be garbage. But then at the same time, every highlight reel we do gets love.
It all comes down to shares. So basically, if you do a highlight reel, like say that first one that we had in South London, I think there was like, what was it, 20 battles?
There was meant to be 20 battles. There was about 14 or 15 happened. A lot of them happened,
19 happened. The only one that got cancelled was the Blunt's Head one. So you got...
No, there was a couple more. There was a couple random guys. I remember there was a guy that... But yeah, there was about 16 or 17 happened. A shitload happened, basically.
So say there's 32, 34 people.
Yeah.
All sharing their own shit because they will. And then it's their first ever battle. So like, all their close friends are going to be like supporting, they'll all share. Once you've done 6-7 battles or whatever, and you share your shit, no one gives a fuck. Yeah. And then even your peers within, like, say if you drop a battle, how many times do you get an inbox off of your boy? Oh yeah, you did really well. I really like that, and you're like, share it. Like no one puts it out.
That's a man speaking from experience.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Nah.
Sure. Sure.
I think that's the beauty of battle rap, which has showed me stuff like I've tried to get certain friends and family members and stuff to get on battle rap and support it and support my journey and that. And for whatever reason, some of them don't. They don't have the time or they don't have the interest in it. But then you go to like Liverpool to do an event and you've got people like, let's get a picture, lad, and all of that. And you're like, raw, like you're not like, when you're good at doing something or when you have a trait that you can market, like it doesn't need to be with me. I don't like this whole support me. You must support me because I'm a rapper and you know me, therefore you must support me. At the end of the day,
that's why no one supports you.
You should take
I've been looking for a reason.
You should take your, like, if you want to enjoy an art form, you should enjoy that for whatever reason. It shouldn't be my pressure to make you enjoy what I'm doing. I should just keep working on my craft until one day you turn around and be like, oh, actually, I enjoy that. That's kind of sick. Like, I shouldn't pressure you. And this is what you get a lot of, is these rubbish bros who get quite high profile because they get everyone to
do you know
my
what?
whole town needs to support me because I'm the only rapper in Grimsby and I supported Wu-Tang Clan when they came over here. Now my whole town
that's
supports
my pet
me.
hate. Sorry to cut you off, but I gotta say before I forget, that is my fucking pet hate when rappers try to get credibility for who they've supported in a small town.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Bro, you're the only rapper there, man.
Yeah,
Exactly.
You know what
Bro,
I hate?
if Eminem comes to Norwich, bro, I better be the fucking supporter.
You know what phrase?
Real talk.
Everyone wants
what
their
phrase I hate?
local
I hate
rapper
that
to
shit.
do well, so
Hate
you're
that
gonna
shit.
get that kind of
What I
support.
hate as well when rappers are like that. When Drake comes over here, you'll pay £120 to go see him live, but you won't pay £5 for my EP.
No,
your
bro.
EP shit, bro.
And do you know why as
Drake
well,
is
bro?
sick,
Yeah.
bro.
Do you know why I won't pay as well? Because you printed it on a compact disc, and I haven't used one since 2014 or something.
It's like, you'll go watch the new Gig stream, but you can't listen to my track on Sound. No, I won't listen to your
Bro,
SoundCloud.
if I could take
Gigs'
my
video has got smoke and shit.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Gigs. I'm not a fan of you, bro.
Your EP was recorded with a sock over a coat hanger, bro. It's cool, but don't say that it's not one dance.
If I take my girl to a
You're so
Drake
right.
concert,
It's always Drake as well. It's always
if
Drake.
I take my girl to a
Always
Drake
Drake,
concert,
bro.
I am getting
You're a
brunging.
Drake's boy.
If I bring this EP home and listen to it, oh my gosh, she's dumping me. There's levels in it. Like, you can do a lot leverage. Even if I don't like Drake, I could say to Danny Jack, I got a Drake ticket, whatever. You get me, whatever. Like,
But going back to what your original point is that in the modern day, because we got really what we're saying is we need new fans, right? And the way to get new fans, younger fans, is shareability, because that's all shit is now. People are screen recording stuff from one app, sharing it on another. That's what I've noticed all the time. You know, every time you go on Twitter, right, you see TikTok, but it's not on TikTok, bro. Do you know what I mean? You see on Instagram, you see a Facebook, whatever, right? So that, I think that's what I'm saying. How it's funny that like you were at that first event, and you were at the second one on the 1st of February as well. That just went in Tottenham. Yeah. And the same thing with that, right? It's like really back in the day, we might have just been like, well, we'll upload the 2 best battles, the best can fuck off. The rest, can fuck off. Whereas now, because we need that shareability, we're like, do you know what? We're actually, some of you, even the whackers ones, are actually getting to reap the benefits of that, because I'm not obviously going to do a tryout highlight video and just be like, sorry, you were so shit, you don't even get 1 bar. Yeah, even the guy that was reading off his fucking phone got 1 bar. So it's like, then hopefully we haven't been doing it long enough to understand if it's working yet. But the idea is definitely that make it shareable. So, like you said, every single person in the video shares it, and then maybe some of their friends do check out for their second one. But you're right, a lot of them by the 3rd or the 4th one, if they're just posting their own shit, they're gonna be like, oh well, I just see you as a little Eminem wannabe now. Do you know what I mean? So I guess the hope is that some of their friends, like I've never thought of it like this before, but talking about it now, I assume the hope is that they share a highlight reel and their friends watch the whole thing and maybe think, oh, he was good, but also he was good, she was good. Do you know what I mean? Like,
and it's also like a gateway.
But it's too soon to tell.
Like, you can have someone who can rap or they can write bars or whatever, but it's daunting, the idea of going into a tryout battle and doing a whole 2 rounds or whatever. If they're like, this is a tryout and I'm only going to go on a highlight reel, okay, everyone in the room's going to watch your whole battle. If you flop, you flop, and they will just, they'll fuck off. But if they're thinking all I've got to do is get 1 bar out, it's gonna welcome more people in.
Well, I'm at the point now after doing the Tooting one and the Tottenham one. I'm now at the point where I think across the board, I might just say going forward, when people apply, I tell them, even if you have the best battle of the whole event, it's just going to be a highlight reel. Because we've had 2...
doing that already.
Well, no, I haven't told them because I've been holding out for like maybe there will be see, that's the thing, I can't even think of an example of a tryout. But Dialect versus Double L, not to always mention Dialect, but Dialect versus Double L, apart from Double L fucked up his last round, and it was such a shame, because if he didn't fuck up his last, anyone listening to this who hasn't watched that battle, they might not even know they tried out against each other.
To the test 10, yeah.
To the test 10, bruv, yeah. We didn't think Double L was going to show up, because obviously like that was back in the day, we did everything via email. I didn't know really who he was. I was thinking, shit, the way Matter had described Dialect, he was like, look, this guy's got a little following here, he's going to be really good.
I remember there being a rumour on the day, like, this Dialect is
He's gonna kill it.
Really good. But no one knew about Double L.
And that's what I'm saying, obviously. But Double L sent me bare freestyle videos, and I was like, okay, he can definitely rap. Like, he'll be good. I never knew he'd have that much personality. But then obviously, I remember standing outside the front to do the test. Remember, it was snowing like a motherfucker, and I was standing out the front, freezing. And then Double L just kind of bopped up in his fucking polo shirt or whatever. And I was looking at you like, who the fuck are you? And he was just like, all right, mate, yeah? And I was like...
My name's Double L.
I was I wish I could say that's what happened, but... Nah, and obviously I looked at him kind of like, you all right? Thinking, have I met you? And he was like, yeah, I'm Double L, I'm clashing. And then obviously, like, I didn't really have my hopes very high. And I remember I was actually freestyling my dialect around the corner of the event, there's a little bit around the corner, just before his clash, we were freestyling, fucking around. And then, yeah, obviously, like, if Double L didn't fuck up, I don't think he even choked. I think he just I think he spat for like 40 seconds, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah. That's probably the point is that's the closest
we've
had.
Bad. I always remember that being
it probably flawless. But that's what I'm saying. Yeah. The first one that comes to my brain was that. So all I'm saying is that's the closest we've had to flawless, and that wasn't flawless still. So I think the point is, I think that's 8 years ago now, right? That was February 2012. So it's like, I think these last 2 tryout events I've gone into being like, I've literally gone to type at the end of the application email, by the way, blah, 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 blah. And I always go, nah, because then you've got to stick to it if there is a classic. But you know what? We've had a couple now, and there's been 10 to 15 at each event. And this is no disrespect to any of the MCs, but none of them are classics. They're all people who need molding, and then they will be amazing.
There's big potential.
Nah, not at all. I know. Do you know, maybe, again, back in the day, maybe that is how black and white I would have seen it. But now I really mean it. It's about... and I tell them that anyone who asks on the day, anyone in Tottenham who was like, how did I do? I actually was like, do you know what? I can give you quickly personal feedback if you want it. And the good ones, I said to them, do you know what, bro? I'm going to be honest. I didn't like everything you said enough to give you a full upload. But yo, that bar, and that bar, if you can do more shit like that, I'll give you a proper battle next week. So I'm saying going forward, I think what you're saying about people, if they know it's just highlights, I actually think going forward that's going to work well, because there would be some people that are too egotistical and will be like, I'm not traveling to fucking Nottingham to just get on a highlight reel. But the right people will be like, yo, I've got to go there and spit the best shit I can, because I'm only going to get 4 bars, 10 seconds in the trailer. And then they'll all know, okay, so that's all I've got to do is impress the team when I'm there. And then once I've impressed them, I get a real battle, 90-second rounds, I can go in. I think we just got to make that a blanket rule from now on.
So obviously back in the day, you didn't feel the need to have to, you had tryouts in abundance, you had a top roster of stars, you didn't feel the need to have to be like, oh, I like this.
No,
like
nurturing. I didn't feel the need to nurture at all.
Like coming from like doing KOTR and stuff as well, where we was obviously trying to rival you and we didn't have that luxury, we had to do that. I had to do that exact thing. And it's like, do you feel like now you're better off for having that attitude towards it? Or
I think Don't Flop as a whole is not better off yet, because if we're being completely honest, we're quite obviously in a worse place in general to what we were 5 years ago. But I tell you what, if we're talking about me personally, I really enjoy having a more open mind nowadays. I really enjoy it, because I think I used to, you're right, it was because, to be quite frank, I didn't need to have an open mind back in the day. I'm actually quite I'm quite ashamed of certain things we did when we used to mock certain people, because I've always been a big fucking no. I'm not ashamed of any of that.
Yo,
like, I didn't mock you enough.
Bro, remember my face, bro.
Do I look like I regret it? If I could add the fucking bomb sounds and shit, I've done that as well. But now what I'm saying is, like, I've always been such a big advocate of be a dickhead when you're in the ring, but hold yourself with morals outside of the ring, right? And I feel like sometimes in the past, I didn't really follow that myself. And I think sometimes when I was hosting, I think, yo, don't get me wrong, when people are just fucking shit, it's like, you're deluded, man, you need to leave. But there's certain people, I think, actually, I can't give you a name off the top of my head, but I think certain people, if I'd been like, actually, do you know what, as a whole, I don't really like a lot of the shit you said. However, that 4 bar was banging. Let's work on more of them. Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you, there was literally not a single part of my brain that had any desire to do that back in the day. Whereas now, maybe it is out of necessity. But regardless, it might be out of necessity. But do you know what? I do think about this shit a lot. Even if it is because Don't Flop needs to rebuild, I feel more comfortable in myself now. And I feel it when I'm at the Tottenham event, and when people are really valuing my opinion and they're saying, yo, can you tell me how you felt? I actually love the feeling of being able to say, yeah, if you actually really want me to tell you, I'd be more than happy to. Because do you know what it was as well back in the day? If we're talking about the old training days events, we had 4.5 hours to fit in 25 different things. I'm sorry, bro. Random MC Mook whatever from Bournemouth. I'm sorry. When I'm in the break, I just want to go to the chicken shop over the road. I don't want to talk to you. When we've got these events now, when we've got less battles and longer time, I'd be lying if I said to them I haven't got the time, because I'm just standing here, bro. I can actually give you advice if you want it.
I feel like
I leave feeling good. Like when the emails we got, nearly every single one of them, I'd say probably nearly every single one, when we dropped the highlight reel and I said, hey, here's your battle, check it out. Got back and was like, didn't say, where's my full battle? Most of them just said, wow, so great to see it so quickly. Thanks a lot. I reckon about 2 of them said, can I get my full battle? And that's what made me realize we should just tell all of them going forward, yo, do your best and then focus on battle 2. Don't worry about battle 1. This is your dipping your toes in the water. Battle 2 is where we really see if you can be a battle rapper.
It's so exciting though, man, when you try out and it's like, bro, I remember when this is what I was going to ask you actually. When's the last time that battle rap in itself had a crop? Remember like 2012 crop, 2013 crop? Because if you say 2013 crop, you say 2012 crop, you can list a load of names. If you say 2013 crop, you can list a load of names.
2020 crop.
So where, who? You know what I'm saying?
But maybe that's got to be the game.
They're coming. 2020
game,
crop's there. It's there. Obviously, again, it's highlight reel clips and they're all going through their first
Georgie
battles
Roots.
And stuff now.
That's the only person I can think of.
Georgie Roots, Tech.
Who's Tech?
Tech's got a lot of potential. Trust me. Tech's got a lot of potential.
Yeah. Is his name Tech?
Yeah.
TEK. Stray Wolf.
I
fuck with Stray Wolf heavy, man. That's my
definitely guy. A couple of the Shrewsbury lot are part of the new crop. I'd say.
Yeah.
I think maybe it's gonna be a 2-year crop. It's an era crop, not a year crop. Do you see what I'm saying? It's a new era Don't Flop.
The last
and that's
that, I mean, there was a couple of guys on there I liked as well.
Yeah. Well, you made us all battle each other for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
But this is the thing,
before
like
we even got outside of our own circle.
Tournaments got me into battle rap. You know that. Tournaments got me really invested into battle rap. Times changed.
Top 8 was so sick, bro.
I keep thinking about bringing Top 8 back.
You need to.
I keep thinking about
Grand Prix got me into King of the Dot, the 100 Bullets tournament and all of that.
Bro, I remember when I tried out, my goal, I never got there, but like my goal was to get into the top 8. And I remember when the top 8 people got announced and I wasn't in it, bro, I was genuinely gutted. You know what I mean?
We didn't have a top 8 for
I swear you lot did. You're 2012. You'd see Major and Bamala.
That was before us. That was the first quarter.
Oh, is it?
Tryouts.
Bro, top 8. Sorry, bro. Top 8 was so sick, bro.
But from the day I tried out, it was only me, Quill, Euphorical, and Big Sarters that probably, and Sniper E, probably went on to actually continue battling properly or getting battles.
In 2013, the 2013 crowd, there's 40 of us at the beginning, and now there's only like 3 of us left. It's mad.
But I think as well, like my year, it was tough because by the time we got to July or whenever my tryouts were, they've been spoiled.
Yeah.
It's 2012, they've got Big J, they've got Bamalam, they've got a Villain, they've got this one, they've got that one. So we had a tough time now trying to get into that crop. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Bro, like, because everyone call it 2012 Kriller crop. I remember when we all tried out, everyone was like, Don't Flop's going to shit if this is the level now. But like look, I've lost my original point. But like what I'm saying, but you say it was tough.
Are you saying that it was your fault, basically? You started to decline.
But yeah, bro, back then it was actually hard. It was actually hard to get into Don't Flop in the first place.
But this is what Big J was saying online the other day as well. Like I think there does need to be a bit of a barrier of, you know what? Because this is the problem I feel as well, is that I was breaking this down to someone the other day. Basically, all of these new battlers that were at one point fans, now we don't have enough fans. We have loads of battlers.
We have fans waiting. We have fans waiting to become battlers.
Yeah, and what it is that now they used to rate me, but now they're a battler. If I say they're shit, guess what? They don't like Hulk anymore because Hulk's a dickhead. Hulk was rude to them. Hulk don't rate them. So we're losing fans by the day as these fans become battlers. Our fan base is dropping off. Yeah, and it's like now there's no divide between who's a fan and who's a battler.
A lot of people find it hard to be a fan, you know, like because like when I first started going Don't Flop was like the first year that it come in, and it was like it almost felt like a club. Like so you would turn up, and I had no aspirations of doing it, and I'd turn up, but I felt like I was buying into a club. Like it's hard to articulate what I'm saying exactly, but it was when it got that bit bigger, and like because I knew everyone, Like, so you'd go to the events, you knew all the battlers, you'd go and speak to everyone and whatever. As it got bigger, and then there was like this barrier that fell down, and you felt that side of the barrier.
Yeah.
I'd turn up to a lot of these events on my own.
Yeah.
And all the people that I knew were the battlers. And then all of a sudden there's this like roped off, and it's like, you're a fan.
Yeah.
And it's like, you feel that's I stopped going for a while. Like, but then people
should have battled me and then become one of the battlers.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the problem, though. This is one of the problems, though. You even feeling like that.
Just to confirm, are you saying that it put what Hulk's saying that there needs to be a divide? Are you saying that actually temporarily put you off seeing a divide?
I think when you feel like you're one side of the barrier, to then step the other side.
Oh, okay. So you're talking about your personal experience because you felt.
So then you had fresh people then coming in who the standard that was on the stage was good enough that they could be like, oh, I can actually be a fan of him.
Okay.
Whereas like now, most of the people that are battling, there's a select few who go on and put on a real show, but a lot of them are putting it in at a standard that's almost within reach of those fans.
Yeah.
That those fans are kind of like
watching it, thinking I can do that.
Yeah. And it's like you need there to be a divide, which probably would come authentically in terms of the standard being, I'm doing something on this stage. You don't turn up to the boxing and watch like Mayweather and be like, I can get in there and do it. Whereas like if the standard's bad enough, people can.
But you also don't go to boxing and then get to walk up to Mayweather and be like, bruv, I think you were shit in your last fight, by the way, or oh, bruv, like, you know what I mean? Again, there's that divide where it should be.
Unless you're the Harry Potter page.
There should be some kind of prestige. Like, I'm not gonna lie, when I joined Don't Flop, it was that, bruv. I remember going to work and taking a bunch of youths to Fort Park, and I got to Fort Park and the staff was like, oh my god, I was watching your battle today, and like them kind of feelings there is what
they were like, oh shit, double L.
Fat double L.
Must have triple L.
yeah.
Triple XL.
But for real though, like having that prestige, like to say I'm part of Don't Flop was a deal. Do you know what I'm saying? And not like all of you battlers who were trying to be battlers but ended up on Wrapped in Wire or Red JSD and couldn't quite get a Don't Flop battle for whatever reason felt like at the time.
How long were you watching Don't Flop before you tried out?
Not long, you know.
Again,
like you were saying earlier about sharing with friends and that, I started watching Don't Flop because of Seta. Now, Seta wasn't never like a great battle rapper. He was okay, but I started watching it through him, and then seeing other people and thinking, wow, this Brett's sick. Yeah. To be honest with you, Don't Flop.
So that's exactly what we're saying.
Yeah. Don't Flop introduced me.
Man,
Don't Flop made me change my mind massively about accents in rap. I could never have watched Northern rappers before.
Same.
I could never have listened to Northern rappers and
Scottish.
Southern rappers and Scottish.
Yeah, Scotland.
But then you're like so sick. Like it's
exactly.
like, wow, how do
like
I feel
BA,
like this
bro.
about O'Shea? Like,
Fam, like I seriously like BA. I genuinely think BA's accent makes him better.
Oh yeah, for real. It's
but you're
it's
right.
proper.
Before battle rap, he would have ever like. No offense to anyone Scottish, but really, would anyone English have been like, I prefer listening to you because you got a Scottish accent. Yo, imagine BA with some posh English accent, but it don't work, mate. It works because he's got a fucking class. Shout out BA.
I remember when I went to is your 20. Checkpoint 1, 24th.
24th, yeah.
24th.
Fucking hell.
That's the first event I ever went to, yeah.
There's photos of you on the Facebook, yeah. You and Craig.
Yeah, me and Craig and boy Nathaniel in the queue, bro. What's his name? Darren.
IDJ. Yeah, shout out IDJ.
I remember I walked in, bro. This is funny. Me and Craig walked in, bro. And Arsenal, the first person we met was Arsenal. Imagine, bro. He came up to us and he was like filming us.
He was like, double L.
Single L.
And that's the only time anyone's ever talked about Danny Jack and single L in the same sentence.
That's it. But yeah, he came up to that, brother. I remember Craig put on he was like, yeah, we put the camera on and Craig was like, yeah, man, New Jersey. I'm like, Craig, bro, you're from Slough. Like, where's this New Jersey accent coming from? I was
I didn't know that.
I remember I looked at him, I was like, what? He was like, I don't know what I just did, bro.
Oh, Craig, man.
And then
Craig's a dark horse.
Craig.
We watched, because we stayed up.
Craig.
Funny Americans say it.
We stayed up, because we stayed up originally to buy the...
I've been smelling your shit for 22 years. You can smell mine for 5 minutes.
we stayed up to buy the tickets for fourth birthday.
That's dope.
But we missed them.
Oh,
because they came out at midnight, I remember, and we fell asleep, bruv, and then we missed them. So we were like, checkpoint 1, we need to go, bruv. And this is the first time I realised that Rowan's timekeeping is atrocious, bruv. So we.
Who was the last one here today, bro?
It's me, fam. I learned from the best, bro. But then, so we got to. Obviously, I've never been to a battle rap event before in my life, so I assumed it was like any other concert. You turn up early, you got to queue up and all that. So the event started at 1, bruv. We turned up at 11:30, big man. Yeah, we got there, yeah. Ministry is closed. So we're like, all right, cool.
The night's still going on.
yeah, exactly.
You got any curtains?
He's in there still rocking it.
Still do the drop, bro. Alright, bro. But yeah, so we stood there, and then we went to the pub. Fuck.
She went to the pub at 11:30.
We went to the pub, and obviously, bro. And then we came back at 12:30, still nothing. And then there's people there who's queuing up. So we queued up, got inside, walked in. Oh, now it's 3 o'clock, bruv. I see. Obviously, I've seen you. At the time, I'd seen you on YouTube and stuff. It's 3 o'clock. I'm like, bro, we've been here for time, you know. Like, bro, the Americans have landed, checked out, done security, got to Ministry of Sound before Rowan's left his yard, fam. And but I remember you walked past.
Still in Norwich.
Yes.
Feet up.
But yo, this is the wildest. I remember you walked through, and both me and Craig were like, "Oh fuck, that's bro. Yeah. That's him." And then MA came through, and then it was just like it's just so wild. And then I remember I walked in, and the crowd was there, and I was like, "Bro."
But do you know?
I want to do this shit. You know.
Do you know what's so funny about getting Ministry of Sound is that obviously I'm using hyperbole here, but like. I really felt like I had exhausted every option.
Do you remember the firework?
Like, bro, this is what I'm saying. Thanks for taking the thunder out of my story, but I really genuinely felt, like I said, because obviously we'd used Brits and Jam loads of times, and we were like, it just doesn't have the vibe we need for this specific one event. Yeah. And then obviously no way Fiddler's Elbow. Bro, when I tell you, I can't even remember how many venues we looked at, and we had this specific image in our head of, it's called Checkpoint. That is, it has to match that checkpoint in our head. And I was like, none of these venues are cutting it. Went to what was it we spoke about recently? 400 Club on Oxford Street. Yeah. Like, obviously best location you could ever have in London, middle of Oxford Circus or whatever. We were just like, still, it's not right. I was being so picky. I was like, we're either getting the right venue for this event or we're pushing it back. And I remember just like sitting at home and just being like, God, imagine if we could do a Ministry of Sound. What a like clout
statement
that would give to us making that statement. And then I was just like, nah, they're gonna be like battle rap. Like we booked fucking Armand Van Helden last week or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
DJ Easy.
Yeah, he said exactly. Yeah. He's still here now. And I remember like just, but then being obviously like, what's the worst can happen? Whatever. Set up a meeting and just like obviously it's like so atmospheric. If you imagine, you've been to the events, obviously, like if you imagine this like blacked out room with just the spotlights in the middle, and we were there and it was empty, kind of like when Danny Jack first arrived at the actual event. But like we were just there and we were just like standing in the middle of the room, and I was like trying to persuade the girl who was the booking girl, and I was just like, I didn't even have to try. I just told her what Don't Flop was, and she was like, yeah, I mean, sounds really fun. And I was like, because at the time we'd already sold probably like 300 tickets or something. So I was like, it's a serious event. This isn't some Mickey Mouse thing that we're just like having a laugh. Like people really want to come to this. And she was like, cool. And then, thanks Danny, but then that's when she was like, I remember like we were leaving the venue, shaking hands, like whatever, I'll email you later, we'll confirm this all. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe we're doing Don't Flop a Ministry of Sound. And then as we're leaving, and she's like, yeah, obviously I'll just, I'll send you a list via email of little bits you can add on, if you want any food or you want it. I'm like, oh yeah, sick. And then she just was like, we got random things like, indoor fireworks stuff. And we were all just like, sorry, what? And we were like in the lobby or whatever. And I was like, you mean like fireworks? And she's like, yeah. And I think it was like 60, 70 quid or something. And bro, this is crazy because this is like 6+ years ago now, but it didn't feel like anything. Like now, which is crazy. If I'd seen a flash forward at the time, like now, if someone went, we'll give you fireworks for 60 quid, I'd go, I can't afford to do that. I need to spend that on a train. But I remember back then when we sold 300 tickets or whatever it was, 20 quid, 30 quid, I just went, yeah, book it in right now. I want to do it. Let's do it.
Such a child, man.
Bro.
Yes, fireworks.
I was like, yeah.
I shit
It
myself.
felt amazing.
Bro.
Yeah. I didn't tell anyone. No one knew. No, the team knew. No one else knew.
Really? Yo,
nobody knew.
I was stood in the crowd.
You let it off?
Huh?
At what stage did you let it off?
As I was introducing
Arsenal
versus DNA, I went, I make some noise, and it's like meow meow meow. Like
I was like, ah, and
as Danny Jack walked into the venue at 11:30 in the morning.
Baby. Yeah, I shit myself.
So were you literally the first one?
Yeah, one of. Like me and Craig were there, bro. Like
echoing, hello.
Because like, bro, it was like right opposite I went to South Bank Uni, so it was right opposite. So I was there. I was like, bro, I might as well just go to the lecture, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, this is long. But yeah, no, but that firework, like, shit me right up. Shit me.
I always wish that. I always wish we were friends when you went to uni.
Bro,
I feel like that would have been because I met you just after you finished.
Yeah.
I always think that would have been jokes if we were both doing that at the same time.
I did 3 years at uni, then tried out.
That was his graduation.
And then you mentioned Yunnan in your first 2 battles.
Yeah, I was like,
what the, like,
I was like,
imagine. And again, I don't want to keep making the same joke I've made to him for like 10 years, but creative writing, bro. And you mentioned the same rhyme scheme and same.
It's the one you put in the highlight reel, bro. I was like, I bet you want to stretch out toucan longer than the scheme from Yunnan or something like that. I remember you were like, that laugh, bro. You put it in the highlight reel, and now you're hating.
I'm not hating, but didn't you? I'm just saying, didn't you reference it?
Yeah, I referenced it again in my second.
That's
battle.
what I'm saying.
Oh right, yeah.
So I'm not going crazy.
Like,
That's
I tried to do cool.
That's what I'm saying.
That's for a battle that wasn't out.
This highlight reel stuff, yeah. These new guys have got you lot to thank for that, you know. In my day, bruv, you had a full battle out, even if it was off of the angles.
Yo, it took me 3 battles to get one online, bro.
Bruv, you lot. I remember that day. That event, and was just like. Looked like he was about to murder you.
I remember.
He was like, if anyone fucking jokes again, anyone comes here now unprepared, why the fuck have you shown up to a fucking battle?
Myself,
and after that, everyone else who was waiting to battle, they was like, shit, we better be good.
I choked every fucking round.
The girl I remember that's what sticks in my mind. The girl I was seeing and staying with at the time. I remember she like took me aside and was like, she was like, "Are you okay?" I remember it so clearly. She was like, "Yo, you need to calm down. Like it's not that serious." And I was like, "It fucking is." I was like, "These motherfucking people," because bro,
it's the worst day of my life,
bro. But right, this is 2013, right? Only 1 year before we'd had Enigma try out, Mr. Tongue Twist, fucking. The same event with C Major, Ogmios. That same event in the fucking Fiddler's Elbow. Villain tried out 2 months later in Manchester. Carlos, all these people that lasted. And that's why, brother. And yeah, I did have to. It is embarrassing that I had to have people like calm me down or whatever. But it is funny looking back on it now. But bro, I was fucking pissed because I was like, what did you say, right? That Don't Flop had a clout or whatever word you used about it at the time, right? And I was like, well, if you lot really respect what we're doing, why are you turning up with this trash, bro? People forget I gave Soul Jitsu 2 tryouts, bro. People forget that. Soul Jitsu,
battle my boy, innit?
Soul Jitsu fucking told me, he was like, bro, I was so whack in my first battle because I wrote the bars on the train on the way there. And I was kind of like, bro, I was like, bro, what the fuck? Again,
why would you disrespect?
Like so yeah, fair enough. It is cringy how much I was shouting, but it's like, yo, like you're disrespecting me. This is what I've built. Yeah, other people have been part of it, but I'm saying I'm here. It's my face that's on camera right now, and you're all choking like idiots, bruv. Like
me and Il Sykes choked that day.
Bare people choked, bruv. There's so many chokes.
Trademark was on that.
I didn't
trademark, bruv. You won't remember. Do you remember that trademark?
Trademark. It's that trademark guy that's now.
He didn't choke. Trademark didn't choke,
no. I'm saying
he was just whack.
That was the event that he tried out on.
And that's what I'm saying, bruv. It's like I was just.
Remember Gove?
Oh my days, Gove.
But this is what I'm saying though, bruv. That like that it was now. This is what I mean. I'm in more of a position now where I can take 5 minutes and say, just let's focus on the positive. Like, bro, even in your battle, like I'm not trying to sound like a cunt, but about to sound like a cunt, but I wouldn't go back and change what happened between me and you because it's a funny part of battle rap history that you choked and felt like you couldn't come to an event for a year, even though I never fucking. And then every time anyone would ask me, I'd always be like, I literally have no personal problem with Danny Jack at all. I just think he's shit. But anyway, but what I'm saying is, I don't regret that because I think it's a funny part of our story and life story. But at the same time, I probably, if I saw the full footage of that battle, which is probably impossible now, but if I saw the full footage of that, I could have actually probably 180 in my response and taken you aside and gone, do you know what, bro? You took on too much. You took on too much. You got too gassed. You choked, blah, blah, blah. However, do you know what I did like when you said and it might have been a whole
what did
different...
he say?
Exactly. I mean,
that's probably my best bar, word for word.
but that's what I'm saying, bro. I think it's about growing and maturing, and like I wouldn't want to be the same person at 30 that I was at fucking 23, 24. At 23, 24, you're selling out Ministry of Sound, bro. Like, when I say selling out, I mean selling out, bro. We were all there at the event.
I was there.
Bro, I'm there 23, 24 years old, selling it out, having fireworks, blah, 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 my head. I'm sorry, bro, when I'm in a fucking park and some geezer I don't know is choking, I haven't got any time for it. Whereas now I'm not putting any big amounts into events. I'm not wasting money. So I'm actually building with the people. So if I met you tomorrow and you tried out tomorrow, I see you as a potential person to make money with now. Do you know what I mean? So I wouldn't just go, you choked, fuck off. Because the reason we could do it is because I'd be like, I don't need Danny Jack or these ill sight or whoever, bro. Because I got Enigma, C Major, blah, 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 blah. I got everyone. Fuck them.
I've been there, even to the point of not even just the battlers. Like, I've been throwing events where I've got 35 people who are going to regularly buy tickets, and I know that every event I throw, these 35 people are going to buy tickets, and that's going to be my little change in my pocket. So now these 35 people are at the events, and I don't necessarily like any of them. I don't necessarily want to spend time with any of them, but it's my hustle. I've got to walk around that event and be like, hope you're having a good time.
Shout
you enjoying it? Do you get what I'm saying? But
man like Zach.
At the same time,
I fuck with Zach. I like Zach.
It's cool, bro.
Those people were coming.
But it is who he's talking about.
No, but do you know what it is though? At the same time, those people were coming to KOTR and they were saying, well, you know, like 2 weeks ago I was at Ministry of Sound or whatever, but all of the Tony D and that was behind the barriers, and like what Sean was saying, I couldn't speak to them and I didn't feel included. And now I've come to this little pub and Tony D and Soul are in the corner and I can go up and talk to O'Shea. And you
that's so
like,
interesting.
So it was like I as my hustle, it was like, yo, make these guys feel included. Like King of the Ronalds became like a little family club.
Community.
Do you know what I mean? And it was because like it was like we need to really care about this individual who's coming and spending their money.
And that's what I'm saying.
When you're
that's
selling 1,000 tickets, you can't care about every individual thousand.
I didn't at all. That is the fact of it. I had literally no need to. I didn't need to, so I didn't.
This is because what you guys were doing, you were pioneers of something, you know, you didn't know where it was going. If you had if you had like a business head who was working with you and was like, look, you've got the magic, you know what you're doing, but this is how you make it sustainable, straight away they would have been working on grassroots. So now you're doing it out of necessity, but you should have been doing it back then, but you could never be blamed for not doing it because you'd feel like you've stumbled across this thing and you feel like it's never going to end. But realistically, you look at it with football, with like football managers and stuff, even the best managers ever, they talk about 3-year cycles. So you can have a great team like Pep Guardiola had that Barcelona team that looked like it was just going to dominate forever. But you've always got to break it up and you've got to turn it over. That's where Alex Ferguson was like probably the best ever.
That's where you're sitting here nodding like any of us watch football.
I'm soaking it up.
But this is what I mean though. Anyone can have a great team, but someone like Ferguson did it for 20 years because he recreated it. He dashed Beckham out the door. He dashed Jaap Stam out the door. All these people, everyone was up in arms at the time, and he started giving it to the new wave. And that's what you got to do. You got to keep on recycling.
But then,
otherwise, it gets stale. And once it's stale, it's then hard. It's very hard to then rebuild.